Good afternoon and welcome to the iconic Field of Dreams movie site. For 35 years, visitors have been traveling to the Field of Dreams in beautiful Dyersville, Iowa. And today we are proud to continue the celebration and kicking off the 35th celebrity guests from the University of Iowa Hawkeyes women's basketball team, Taylor McCabe, Sydney Affolter, and Hannah Stalkey. That was all presented by Travel Dubuque. We are so glad you can be here to join us, and we hope that you have the best experience while out the field today. Now fans, please direct your attention to the left field as it is time to welcome the world's famous Ghost Players. And now for today's celebrity guests.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Field of Dreams movie site proudly presents the Field of Dream Ghost Players.
And now for today's celebrity guests. They are the 20, 23, and 24 women's basketball Final Four qualifiers and members of the University of Iowa women's basketball team. From Fremont, Nebraska, a 5'9" junior, Taylor McCabe. McCabe was named the 2022 Nebraska Gatorade Player of the Year and Nebraska Coaches Association Player of the Year while in high school. She broke the Nebraska Class A three-point record as a freshman in high school. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Iowa Hawkeye, Taylor McCabe. Next up from Chicago, Illinois, 5'11" senior, Sydney Affolter. Affolter was named the Big Ten's All-Tournament Team as well as Albany II Region All-Tournament Team. While in high school, Affolter was the three-time All-State, All-Region, and East Suburban All-Conference first-team honoree. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Iowa Hawkeye, Sydney Affolter. And now from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, a 6'2" junior, Hannah Stalkey. In high school, Hannah was named the Iowa Gatorade Player of the Year and Miss Iowa Basketball. During the 2023 season at Iowa, she was named the Big Ten Sixth Player of the Year. During the 2024 season, Stalkey earned second-team All-Big Ten honors, was named to the WBCA Ann Meyer Drysdale starting five of the week, recorded 47 points, which is third most points scored in Iowa women's basketball player history. as well, second most points ever scored at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Well, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Iowa Hawkeye, Hannah Stuelke.
LT, you ready for me?
Yes, sir. You're on.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the Field of Dreams. And one more time, let's hear it for the three biggest stars standing here. Oh, come on! Thank you guys so much for coming up here. It's so cool. It really is. 34 years after the fact, here we stand. That's a long, long time, folks. And I've been doing this for those 34 years. And every time I come out here, I get past that little farmstead up there and look down this way to see if anybody or how many people came. For 34 years I've looked, and I've always been amazed, and today is nothing different. Take a look around and give yourself a hand. 34 years. How many are here for the first time? Hold your hand up. 34 years, folks. Where in the hell have you been? It's amazing, isn't it? It really is. I don't know why people come here, but I hope they keep coming because it's cool. Before I go any further with any introductions, there's some people I'd like to recognize here. If there are any active military in the audience, would you please stand up? Veterans or retired military, would you stand up also with them? First responders, please, would you stand up? Thank you for what you do. Thank you for what you've done. And more importantly, thank you for what you're going to have to do. Thank you so much, folks. And now I'll introduce my merry group of ball players. I'm going to start in the back, behind the fence. Without him, we wouldn't be here. 34 years ago, we had this idea that we could put a bunch of guys together and play some ball in front of folks and make it entertaining. None of us knew what the hell we were doing. But he had faith in us. And because he had that faith, he's taken us to 27 foreign countries, 48 of the 50 states, all from a crazy idea he had one night over a couple of beers. Keith Ray. The gentleman behind me, we're going to start on this side over here with the Giants uniform, Al Steffen. Al's probably been with us for 28, 30 years, somewhere in that range. Kyle Benke next to him. Bank is one of our newbies, about the fourth year, Bank? Okay. Next to him, Larry Shields. Next to Larry is our most famous. He's made a name for himself in Puerto Rico, and they still talk about him when we were down there touring a couple years ago. They call him Suave, Mike Schuster. Next to him is Dean Steffen. Craig Purcell. And we have a lot of testing meetings when we get together, so we have a sergeant of arms. This gentleman here is our sergeant of arms at our meetings. Chad Crapel. He's a lieutenant for the Dubuque Police Department. Darren Roush. The next gentleman we have is the only active carrier of a Screen Actors Guild card. Every time this movie is shown, he gets a royalty check. Yeah, folks, he's rich. He's filthy rich. He signed with the Los Angeles Dodgers out of high school, played minor league ball with Lasorda. His roommate, when he was in the minor leagues, was Steve Yeager. Names you recognize, right? This gentleman's name is Hank Lucas, a name you didn't recognize. Luke, what was your last royalty check? For you folks that couldn't hear that, it was $17.54. But Hank had a speaking part in the movie, and that's why he has a Screen Actors Guild, and that's why he gets royalties. What were your lines in the movie, Luke? For those who couldn't hear that, his lines in the movie were, "Look out." It took him 5 days to film it. He kept forgetting the lines. Next to him is Jeremy Overding. The next gentleman is Daddy Longshanks, Randy Overding. Mike Ehlers. Mike's got some grandkids here somewhere. Stand up, you guys. Where are they at? I know they're here somewhere. Over there. There they are. I don't tell you how long we've been doing this. Dale Digman Jr., better known as Yogi. This next gentleman was also in the movie. He did all the doubles for Shoeless Joe. If you want to know anything, don't applaud. If he's walking around, he'll drag you down, make you sit and listen to the movie or about the movie. Frank Dardis. Next to him is Russ Boulaball, another one of the newbies. And probably the best ball players out here you already met, so I'm not going to introduce them again. On the end, smoothing with the ladies to nobody's surprise, Coach Dennis Reimer. Dennis is going to finish the introductions here and have something to tell you, if he can get here. He's slow, I know.
Thanks, Marv. Good afternoon, everybody. We're so glad to be here. We're so glad we got such a big crowd. The Ghost Players, on behalf of them, I speak on behalf of them. Marv has done this for a long time. He asked me to do it today. When you leave here today, we're asking you to try to remember 3 words. 3 words, and that is take the time. Take the time. We've got a lot of families here, a lot of parents with their kids and so on. We just ask that you take the time to do things together. We're living in a crazy world. We're all busy, but it just seems we don't spend enough time doing the things we need to do. Dads, take the time to go out and play catch with your boy in the backyard. Have a tea party with your daughter. We know how busy you are, but take the time. Your kids will never forget the time that you took to spend with them before they grew up, because sooner or later they're going to be grown up and out of the house, and you would have wished that you spent more time. People that are on their deathbeds, they always ask them, what do you regret most about life? What most people say is, I wish I would have spent more time with my kids or my grandkids or my spouse, whatever. They don't say, I wish I would have made more money, I wish I would have had another car, whatever. It's the time. So take the time. And to go with the actions are the words. Take the time to tell each other that you love each other. Kids, tell your folks you love them. It's cool. It is cool to do that. Parents, take time to tell your kids you love them every day. Every day they walk out of the house to go to school, tell them you love them. Kids, you tell them you love them back. Because we're in a crazy world. It's bad. We live in a world now where you send your kids to school and you hope they come home. So always take the time to tell your loved ones you love them. And finally, the last thing I want to say is take the time to talk to God. We need to do that more in our country right now. We're a country that's going through a tough time, a lot of division and so on, and our only hope is God Himself. So make sure you take the time. He's there to listen. He'll always be there. He promised He'll never leave us nor forsake us, and He meant it. So take the time to spend time with God also. Thank you.
A few years ago, I made a promise to myself. There's some gentlemen here that I would love to introduce, but I can't. Our family is like your family. Over the years, you lose people. And this group has lost 5 guys. Dean Croftwell, Benny Thier, Jim Tagley, Bob McCabe, Jude Milbert. And last year, two of the fellows lost their wives, our biggest fans. Hank, Lucas, and my wife passed in March. They would have both loved to have been here.
Thanks, Marv. We just want you to know that the spouses of these guys are very supportive of everything that we do here. They're very supportive. And Marv's wife and Hank's wife were here all the time supporting us in everything we did. So we lost them both within a week last year, and it was tough. It was tough. But we know that they got the best seat in the house right up there in heaven watching us. So we're going to have some fun now. We're going to turn it over to Keith, and he'll take care of things from here.
All right, folks. We've got a special treat today. This young lady is going to sing our national anthem, and we've had her here the last couple of years, and